the necessity for that perfect, timing with your abilities to kind of launch into the combo. They've got great ways to play around and toy with these reasonably squishy heroes. Grimstroke, Lina, susceptible to getting jumped on. Earthshaker with Blink Echo. Batrider with a lasso, both very good at dragging Lina into danger, and she is incredibly squishy. I've not been a fan of Lina in this mid position for quite a while. I loved Jab's playing at position 4 earlier was glorious, but that was a very specific situation in which they had the mind games and they had to shift away from the TA matchup.
In this case, it's not a bad support. And Winter's quite known for not necessarily stealing, but like learning, right, from other teams.
In the other game, they had the Wraith King stun. Like they had the direct.
It was much better.
Single target setup. This game, it's like Infernal Blade, Inkswell, and then LSA. But
yeah, it's not that great. You're right, one.
So right now, they need a carry that deals with Batrider. Juggernaut, Lifestealer. Yeah, Phantom Lance was the other one that was actually banned along with the Naga.
I like Lifestealer
against Wraith King. Pretty nice.
Yep. I mean, Wraith King can, if he's lucky, crit you to death, right? But you have to be very lucky to be able to get the crits to destroy Lifestealer. Otherwise, he heals back up entirely. He does get somewhat countered by the Earthshaker, and of course, the lasso is annoying if you're playing Lifestealer, but well, any hero can't deal with that. So, and Radiance against Wraith King can be incredibly annoying because you depend so much on your crits. Honestly, Wraith King is actually like a melee drow in many senses. Like, if you don't get your crits, the damage is just not there. So Radiance taking away the chance, like, yeah, you get a crit and you miss. It's really, really annoying that happens to you, and that's a lot of your DPS gone because of the pseudo RNG. So, the Lifestealer, I like the pickup. I would like to see a vehicle for him. I know that's not so common anymore, but I think it would be really good at getting kills in Oracle, especially in Batrider. They're relatively squishy and easy to kill by Lifestealer, especially Oracle. Has to dispel the open wounds on himself. All he needs is one more stun. They do lack a bit of stuns. I wouldn't mind seeing a way to deal with the Wraith King that's not killing him, because obviously that's not going to happen.
God, what do they pick now?
What?
If MSG, yeah. If it is a POS 5, they are kind of limited to things like Winter Wyvern, I feel, is maybe one of their best options, but even that doesn't seem great. If they do shift the Lina into support, she doesn't have a setup stun. She's playing off the back of something like the Open Wounds or the Infernal Blade.
Okay, Morphling, interesting.
I feel like I just don't like the way this draft has gone for them.
For for
Winter Stack.
Mysg+Au.
Venge is pretty good. If they go support Venge here, minus armor, very handy against against Wraith King to swap up against the Oracle and the Batrider, Lasso, and False Promise. Double stun into the Soulbind and a decent lane partner with Lifestealer or Doom. And they could also tri-lane with the Venge Grimstroke +1 if need be. It gives them versatility in their lane setup, and it's always a real solid support hero.
I don't mind Shadow Shaman either. You can trap the Wraith King in the wards, which is kind of annoying. You have the Hex and the Shackles to deal with them, and yes, they can close the gap, but if they're going for your Shadow Shaman, then you have a lot of ways to deal with them. And double Hex.
I think he's too slow and squishy, like, as a hero, like, as stats-wise as a hero.
Right.
He doesn't physically move fast enough.
Would you want to go... Lash is still in the pool, isn't he?
Yeah.
No, but you... No, I don't like the Lash here. Even if you get the level Lightning Storm, it's just not like that. I'm not a big fan of this pick, to be honest. I think Undying has been... It's just not that good ever since the Tombstone nerf.
Gives them laning presence.
Sure.
The thing is with that draft, we come back to the main point. The reliance on this Soulbind combo to buy time for the Lifestealer to get his item build going. So Undying creates that bit of a vacuum in, the first 10 minutes of the game where you do get lane pressure potentially.
Here, a Timbersaw is quite legit for TNC, but when Undying.
Not against Doom Lina.
Okay, yeah, I guess they do have too much damage. But you have so many strength heroes.
Because right now, TNC have one Doom target, and that's like the Oracle. You're not going to get the chance to Doom Earthshaker or Batrider, really, because they're fog. They are fog heroes.
And then you do give him a Doom target, okay. But what hero do you get that isn't susceptible to the Doom here? Because you need a mid laner, so what? DK? Shadow Fiend, you can...
I mean, you can Doom Shadow Fiend, but if he goes with the Greaves build and he's got Necromastery just to stand his ground and punch through best he can.
You go for the Pango and just Rolling Thunder in. If you tank the Doom, you walk out.
What about Snipe?
Okay, yeah, we actually didn't mention Razor, but Razor's actually pretty legitimate here.
We've been forgetting Razor because we've seen it once. Like, it's been banned maybe twice out of the, 10 games we've cast. Picked once or twice, maybe. It's been left out and ignored the majority of this group stage, honestly. We've mentioned it like a million times, like, oh, look, they've got a lifestealer, the Razor's still in the pool. And then you say that like 3 times in a row and you think it didn't happen 3 times, so we'll stop mentioning it.
But this time the Razor's a really good pickup, though. We're talking about someone that's not really susceptible to the Doom. That's Razor, for sure. You don't really care if you get doomed, as long as it's static link before that. The Grimstroke is an easy kill for the Razor. Lina does... I mean, I don't know if you win the lane. I think the lane's relatively even between Lina and Razor. Depends a lot on positioning and how much damage you can get Dragon Slaves out of. Meanwhile, Razor against Lifestealer, as you mentioned, is super, super powerful. And Razor is an edgy carry, so you do get a bit of attack speed to deal with an Undying Tombstone. So it's a bit of everything. The combo as well, Razor's one of those agility heroes that also builds, in general, HP, or can build HP, or likes to build techniques. Yeah, exactly. But in general, he's a hero that he has a really good strength gain, actually. One of the best ones, except for Arcor, and I think it's Venger Bloodseeker that are close to him in terms of strength. So you actually do tank up quite a lot, which means Lina Laguna Blade on Razor not the best thing, right? If you get a double Doom here and your Doom targets are what, Oracle and Razor, that's not going to be with a Grimstroke ultimate. If they're near each other enough for the Soulbind to work, that's because you're misplaying there. Razor's always going to be the one leading the charge, and together with Wraith King. Yeah,
for this Dire team, it's very much going to be take what you can get in the first 20 minutes. Buy time for the Lifestealer. Try... So, the main thing team fight wise and overall game sense wise is Soulbind and Doom and Laguna Blade need to land. They need to get kills in the first 20 minutes and rack up kills on that Lina, because Lina's item progression, it is one of the most difficult to synchronize with the rest of your team. Because you get ever so slightly delayed, you lose out on timings with her kill power around Laguna Blade. You know, if your Eul's gets delayed, or your Shadow Blade, or your Aether Lens, whatever your primary item is, gets delayed by a minute or two. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. We saw Moon do that.
No, I don't think it's the build.
No. Like, but the reasoning he... Yeah, well, 1 second, guys.
I would love to discuss the game with you, but...
No. So yeah, we saw Moon playing Lina the other day, and he got Aether Lens and then had to go back into Greaves because A, his team didn't have a Greaves carrier, but also B, he died 3 times in a row and couldn't progress after Eul's into the after Aether Lens into Eul's or Shadow Blade or Aghanims, and he kind of had to go for a defensive item, which had to be the Greaves. And it's often a problem that Linas have, breaching or kind of bridging that gap between 15 minutes in the game to 25 minutes.
Yeah, because
yes, you can shove waves, yes, you can farm jungle, but that's not what Lina is built to do. Lina's, a hero that goes and kills.
Yep,
goes into a lane and slays people.
I mean, that's why back in the day when Odin started playing Lina carry and you went straight Shadowblade, because you don't even care the Yosef, you just want him to get the kills, and Shadowblade is enough of a setup to get the Lightstrike Array, if you're good at guessing. That's when the Shadowblade started getting played on Lina. I like the suggestions you're making. I think the Yosef Shadowblade is the best idea. I think in this game though, an Aether Lens Lina would be quite particularly strong, with a magic damage build. Maybe Aether Lens Scepter into an Ags, because Razor gets decimated by that. Like, he does not deal well with that, especially when you can hit from afar. And you also evade the potential Earthshaker initiation, which we're discussing about a lot. There's no way Batrider or Earthshaker is getting close to an Aether Lens Lina with a cast range down. She just hits from so far away. And I want them to commit completely to the magic damage build. No this half-ass thing where halfway through you go for the Fire Soul. I want to see the 6-second Dragon Slave cooldown, the 14% spell amplification.
Yeah.
I love that here.
Go all in on it.
Man, when I first saw that build, I was so chuffed.
Top lane. It's like a tri-lane from TNC. Catching out the Undying Winter, not able to stamp his mark on this lane along with the Doom just yet. So what does that mean? Bottom lane is the Grimstroke and the Lifestealer against the Batrider. 2v1, but top lane actually Fisher block into Wraithfire Blast. They're chasing Velo. Devour level 1, he's got a decent amount of HP regen with a Tango going, 13.2 per second, and Winter will keep them at bay for now.
Thank God there's a Winter here, actually. I think you can actually, not a Winter, sorry, no, I'm dying. Thank God I think you can leave the Lifestealer alone against the Batrider. You shouldn't be too afraid of this lane. Maybe early on when Rage Cooldown is still quite high and doesn't have too much duration. But afterwards, you should definitely rotate. Velo could be in trouble again. This time the root is for a full 2 seconds. Devour is helping a lot. He also has a Tango on him. But the lack of armor in this Doom is showing as the damage is sufficient. What a nice little juke there, but Velo might still be going down. He wants to get the kill, and he will get it with a Fortune's Bend. First blood for him, and Wraithfire Blast for Winter. Unfortunately, though, again, going against against an Undying is a bit more difficult because of that decay.
Punching away at AU. Does have to be wary of Tim's here with a stick charge and a clarity going. Fisher will be back up in a matter of seconds. There's the clarity with a decay. Fortune's End there onto the Undying. And Tims with this enchant into Fisher does have a big right click to throw in, but Winter's tanky. He's got a Mango and another Decay. One more hit. Decay is there onto two, I believe. The Fortune's End will finish him off.
You know something I think that they really should, they're so powerful in Oracle, actually no. Wait till they kill Velo first, Devour for the extra healing, now they actually rotate Grimstroke, they need to leave the lifestealer alone. Tims could be in trouble, he's gonna go down to that tower, but Doom is in the middle of Hellfire and Cuckoo will get that kill. The tower might finish off Cuckoo into the Fairy Fire, he goes down at the right exact position to start healing him up, but a nice snipe by Poloson, who ensures that Cuckoo will pay for his sins.
But hang on, did Cuckoo drop the tree there, right? Am I making
No, he dropped. No, I think he broke a tree as he was going down. I don't think he dropped a tree. I'm not entirely sure, actually.
Okay. I thought I saw him like place a branch and kill it with Firefly so he couldn't tango it. If he was able to tango it, that would have been nice.
I'm not sure.
Maybe keep him alive.
To me, what it seemed like is that he was going down as he was going over a tree, so then the tree destroyed.
Oh, no, it was in between the tier 1 and the trees, like.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, what I was talking about earlier is our Fortune's End, 120 damage without any charging, by the way, because you don't need to charge the damage. That's absurd. That's why Oracle is so strong. Like, everyone talks about Purifying Flames. Yeah, it's good. But at level 1, you have a nuke that's 120 damage on a 15-second cooldown with a root and a Dispel added to it, please.
Mid lane, Fisher, does it block? Looks like there's a gap. Nothing to say. Holds the ramp. Learns to fight into Armel as well with the...
Can he get it?
LSA there, he's just punching away at this Razor. Just punching away at this Razor. Turns to fight the Fairy Fire there. The balance back, though, as Tims will claim that kill.
Wow, that was really surprising by nothing to say. I didn't think he could get that kill on the Razor, but he stood his ground, and I think that was the best play anyway, because otherwise Razor could just chase him and kill him. So, also, he gets the experience out of that kill. You don't care that Tims is getting a bit of experience and gold there. Nothing to say is much happier with winning the mid lane matchup. I think that's overall a pretty good play, especially because he now goes back to base, gets full mana, and mana is so much more relevant on Lina than Razor. I mean, you want a static link, but Lina has to spam the Dragon Slave.
Feels decent for Lina for sure.
Is that a variation of the feels good? It's like, yeah, okay.
Feels decent. Feels all right, man.
Mysg+Au is doing a good job in these lanes for now. Like, they're not losing the mid lane, which is important against a Razor. The Lina might have her impact. She did go for a double no talisman, now straight into bottle. And the lifestealer is lasting quite well, staying very close to the Wraith King. Okay, this Oracle. Interesting. AU does as much damage as he can. Velo chasing after him with a Scorched Earth. 2 points of Scorched Earth already. It's quite fast. AU might be... He's quite fast as well. This Oracle, Jesus Christ, he's just hovering away.
He's got 4 sticks as well, unlike the...
They both have boots, but even with a Scorched Earth... It does give Modus movement speed. Okay, what... How is this Oracle such a speedy? I guess Doom is just very slow now, ever since the nerfs to his movement speed.
It's the sad state of affairs.
I mean, it's not. He gets picked every game, right?
Uncharacteristic miss out on that Fisher from Tims.
It was.
Bounty rune spawning as Tims goes to grab one under the nose of Velo. Double top for Mysg+Au. Mysg+Au. That's what they contract their name to.
I like Mysg+Au though. I was really enjoying them. It's just stuck with me. It's better than Power of MSG, so I'll take that.
Pow!
Yeah, Mysg+Au.
Sounds like the Batman, the old school Batman noises.
Yeah, exactly.
Pow!
Mysg+Au!
Mysg+Au! Oh dear, we are morons. They're trying to kill his Doom and set up for him again, but I don't see how they kill Velo with that. Bonus armor from the Wild Wing now under that tier 1. 6 armor for the Doom. Even with AU and Tims here, it's a difficult kill to grab, but they've got Skelly Bros coming through with the catapult wave. So they aim to pressure the tower and not necessarily find the grab on to Velo. Stroke of Fate, good amount of damage through the skeletons like you were mentioning earlier. Uncontrollable Skellies means easy setup for that big nuke on Poloson as they TP down the Undying now. Doom walk into the middle of them all. Devours the catapult. Moves forward with the Inkswell. He's not speedy enough to catch the 4 heroes of Mysg+Au down into that bottom lane. Does open up the map for the Razor and the Bat Rider, but it alleviates the pressure on that tier 1. So as soon as that tower dies, TNC shift up top and they pressure the Lifestealer, which is a problem.
Kingdom wasn't quite able to take advantage of that Arcane Rune. He was going down there trying to get some kills using Laguna play with Arcane Rune. Unfortunately, not the case. And TNC now could turn this around. Tims is behind the Doom, so he has a good fissure block if he wants to. However, there's no follow-up right now. Gabby's just calmly farming, getting those skeletons back up.
a 6-minute, I guess it's a 7-minute Midas this time
For Gabby.
for Gabby.
Wow, that's actually really, really speedy. I mean, I know he skips the boots and everything, but still. Like, he has Stout Jill, he has Magic Stick, he's not doing badly. And I think the Midas is actually quite important for Wraith King. People forget that he needs the skeletons very clearly, and Midas does give you the skeletons, right?
God, we've cast so many games. Who played the Lifestealer earlier?
It was MP.
It was MP with a 5-minute Midas.
Yeah.
Thank you. We've had some pretty speedy hands of Midas.
We have.
More skeletons.
The Doom is just tired. He doesn't even bother with them. Inkswell, though, does help out.
Nice dispel.
The good thing about, or I guess the Wraithfire Blast directing your skeletons sometimes actually stops you from pushing, because you want to stun a hero, right? But the skeletons can't keep doing damage to the tower. So, for example, here, I don't think he wanted the skeletons to hit the Doom. He's okay with just tanking the damage. So Vel just needs to be annoying and tank a Wraithfire Blast. Good play. And now we're the typical saving the point Gabby has. Your hand's always itching, wanting to get that point, but, you know, you gotta save the reincarnation. And we'll see how quickly. We saw a quick Midas. He's going to go face boots afterwards, and we'll see how quickly he can get that Radiance and how that compares to Lifestealer timing, who's quite behind on the Midas, but he does get a face boot before it. So, in terms of net worth, he's actually beating the Wraith King. Let's see if this will make a difference.
Just updating the stream title.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, I got you. People in Twitch chat reminded me. I forgot as well.
We're just human, guys. Okay.
Twitch chat, they're on the ball 24/7. They know what's up.
You guys are the best. You make us laugh. You make us update titles.
Make us cry.
Mostly
That's
cry.
okay too.
Yeah.
Emotions are human. Don't forget. It's okay.
We are that. We are human. Just
Okay to be sad. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to be happy. Don't worry, guys.
It's just not okay to be salty.
Not okay to be a Lifestealer with no Midas at 9 minutes. He did go for the phase boots.
Oh, that's a dead Oracle. Good job looking at Laguna Blade before Fate Seeded came out.
It was close, though.
It was very close. So you can see the Oracle thinking, oh, no. Nope, I'm dead here. He even had Magic Stick as well, so he was not expecting that the Lina could get Laguna Blade off, because he would have just used that and maybe survived.
So yeah, Lifestealer had to go for the phase boots because he's against the bat. You know, stick plus phase means that with the Rage, he's able to not only escape from the Napalm, but also turn and potentially look for kills. Whereas the Wraith King, you know, fully just free farming, gets the Midas much, much faster.
Yeah, I don't mind the Midas and Lifestealer if you're already leading, or being a bit late if you're already leading by this much. And yes, it's unfortunate that once you get the phase boots, you only relegate to farming, but it's also partially the reason. Nobody wants to face this Lifestealer with phase boots. So you have a lane that's essentially his, because he is such a strong early game carry. So you have to let him go. He has a Midas now. It's not the bad timing anyway. And Gabby down bottom, finally maxing that Moral Strike, which means max Skellies. Crit's nice as well, but it's really the max Skellies that you care about.
It really is. Where are they playing into now? TP mid. Yeah, defending Velo as he did get gone on a little bit by Armel and AU. Tier 1 will take a bit of a... Oh, maybe not. No damage. Okay, he drags the creep wave back very nicely.
I love that he can't last it because of the Razor.
The big static link. Using the Sato Blaster CS feels good, man.
So what's what's the build on Armel? This is the ideal build. This is the I've had an easy lane build and I can win. Which you go 2-point static link so you can deal some damage or annoy in the lane and in the mid game, and then you have the unstable current. He is not winning net worth though, with Lina dominating in terms of last hits, probably because she went jungle a lot. She has actually started rotating properly. Which Razor has a bit more difficulty. He needs that level 10. That 15 agility bonus is such a huge advantage for a Razor. So once you get the level 10, you can actually push towers. You can actually fight with that static link, you know, being your main source of damage. But until then, you're gonna have to be relegated to a bit of a lane dominator.
Gabby being hounded by Poloson's Grimstroke back in that jungle.
No, sorry, that's not Gabby.
Does get forced away, and they pressure that bottom tier 1. Lina Lifestealer closing in on level 10s themselves, and also TPing top to defend. That's the taunt on the Wraith King. Yeah.
Jesus Christ!
He does the dance.
What is that dance? Is that?
It's the Wraith King dance.
Oh my god, that should be a meme.
Have you never seen this before?
Are we Fortnite now?
Yep. We did this before Fortnite. Fuck Fortnite. Sorry, I swore. Sorry, chat. Please don't fire me.
As long as you don't say the real F word in Dota, I don't mind.
I've been such a good boy. What, feed? Oh, shh.
Yeah, don't fucking swear.
God damn it. Oopsie.
It's the small moment there.
Right, that's our quota of swearing. We're not allowed to swear for the rest of the broadcast as we get a Wraithfire Blast up at the top lane. A Soul Bind onto Wraith King will do absolutely nothing. A Tombstone from Undying.
That's so
connect onto the Oracle now with the 2 silences. Phantom Embrace with a good 3-man Fisher blocks off the advance of this Dire team. Inkswell connecting with the Oracle.
Nice
But he got off the Fate's Edict. You're right, just in time. It leads into the False Promise as AU keeps himself alive, and now the rest of the cavalry come in and charge forward to find the Lina. Maybe follow through for more. Static Link onto the Doom. The Wraithfire Blast holds him in place. The Grimstroke pops the Shrine, but it's all too little too late. They do not collapse around that Oracle in time. The Dire team, without their Lifestealer, tried to fight 4 versus 5, but they will in the end lose the battle, lose the warding war as the triple Observer gives the vision for the Radiant to push forward towards the tier 1 even more.
So I think because they lost the warding war, they were also, you know, a bit, TNC knew. They had the chance there to fight. They had much more vision there. They also got a pretty nice Fate Siege, and the Oracle allowed you to still keep the False Promise up. Kuko already has travel boost, by the way, so he's doing quite well for himself. And this is back to what you were saying earlier. The Lina needing to have impact now, and unfortunately, if you can't find the impact, you feel like a useless hero for a while. Sure, you're very farmed, but what do? You know, you're supposed to create space for the Lifestealer, but you can't really fight 4 versus 5 because Wraith King is already online. He might not deal the most damage, but his skellies are enough right now to be impactful here.
And the map just keeps getting smaller and smaller here for the Dire team. You know, Lifestealer gets that bottom lane for free, but that's a gimme for the Dire team, especially with something like Rage and only Lasso being able to cancel out any kind of Rage TP. But we come back to my potential fear for the Dire team. The Lina is doing very well. Second in the net worth, 6,200. She hasn't stuttered. There is no halting her farm or her progression as of yet. But this is the most important time of the game for her. She has the Arcanes, the Euls, the Double Null, the Bottle. She is ready as soon as she gets that level 2 ultimate, that Laguna Blade, to really start playing with the Grimstroke and the Doom and forcing fights. They might actually look to do it a little bit sooner here, with Winter and Velo both smoking, looking to try and connect down in the bottom half of the map. But I don't think they can take their Lina with them. They need this tier 1 mid. Again, it comes down to tier 1 takes in the mid lane. Heals up. LSA will connect. Armel will have the backup of the Oracle. The Soul Bind there. Razor, double Doom. And the Laguna Blade blows up the Razor and will finish off Oracle in the back. This is perfect.
Remember how we said you're never going to get the Grimstroke Soulbind on the Doom and the Oracle because your positioning would be good enough? Well,
there it is.
It's happened twice as well, where the mispositioning there by the Oracle, he actually joins in. The Soulbind was only on one person, as you can tell by the fact that the Ghost came out a bit too early and only stunned that silenced that Razor. So a bit of a misplay by TNC. They have to be much more aware of their positioning, especially the Oracle. Your range is not that great, so you have to be a bit closer to your teammates to actually get your False Promise out, but not close enough that Soulbind can catch you. So
yeah.
It's a very difficult way to play Oracle. It's not the typical Oracle you're playing, but if you don't take this into account, this will happen constantly by Mysg+Au. So we'll see. And for now, Mysg+Au does get a really nice...
We're calling them Mysg+Au, and I can't. It sounds so bad. I keep thinking you're saying Mescal or something.
Is that because I'm Spanish?
Yes.
Like I'm tequila. Ooh, arriba, arriba. Okay.
I'm glad you did that, not me.
Yeah. It's not racist to apply to it.
So I would have to delete my Twitter account if I did anything like that.
Right.
Dear Lord.
But Mysg+Au are doing a good job right now of actually taking advantage of the space they created early. Managed to get the Lifestealer not to participate in these team fights. And honestly, using the Doom and Grimstroke. I mean, the Grimstroke has been played wonderfully. Paulson has been a wonderful Grimstroke this game, which has allowed... I like this triangle you're drawing here because this is the triangle they're controlling right now. Yeah,
triple obs ward around the mid lane. They get the tier 1. Lifestealer he's got this one aggressive ward bottom, so it cuts a nice portion of the map for him to kind of play between the triple camp and the triple camp down here. So he's got that entire box of the map to just keep farming towards the relic, which he's 300 gold away from now. And the rest of his team can play in that middle portion of the map. You can see lines being drawn right now in those exact places because they have the Great Wall of Wards. Deep wards now, watching the maneuvers potentially from TNC, but TNC knows how to walk around wards. They've got themselves a smoke, and they are pushing forward. Who can they catch, though? Lina is out in the open here, potentially farming creeps. Undying, trying to tank the gank and break the smoke, but there we go. Lina caught, Blink Echo, they catch out the most important kill on the map. And Tim shows off his shiny new dagger.
Yeah, that's another good dagger reveal. He's been on point with those dagger reveals, by the way, which is something that other...
Radiant structures
the lesser teams, these qualifiers, have not been able to do that as well. which is take into account that reveal has to mean something. And you get the Lina with it. It's fantastic. She is going for the magic damage build, which we were suggesting earlier, so thank God.
Yep.
We go for Axe after. Yep. I like that she went Yules first, though, for more kill potential. Usually you go Ether Lens first for a bit more farming, but in this case, you want to get the space to Lifestealer. Lifestealer is not that far off Radiance, though, and actually compared to Wraith King, he's ahead. Yeah. Despite the later Midas.
And they also have a Midas on the Doom being picked up now, so it looks like they are trying to scale into that later portion of the game. You know, not late game, per se, but definitely looking past 30 minutes. Knowing that this Raze and Wraith King most certainly do fall off quite significantly as the game progresses. But we've got the Relic on Wraith King. He's honestly not far away from his own Radiance, barely behind the Lifestealer. As a real big threat is this Lina still. I would like to see more smokes come out from the Dire team. If they can get themselves positioned aggressively again with this Close and Grimstroke leading the charge, the Doom to follow, and the Lina to maybe come and pick up the pieces, they could start to look for these tier 2s.
What Radiance is more relevant here? Like, what team needs it more? I've been thinking about this.
Both.
Yeah, obviously, that's the... get off the fence. Oh, they're gonna get Paulson here. That's actually quite big.
I'm a fence main.
I know you're a fence main. You're just sitting there. You must be getting sore. Your legs are getting sleepy.
So
I honestly, but I was thinking about this honestly, because what does the mischance matter here? You have a Razor, I think, is actually quite affected by that Radiance mischance. It's quite annoying for him.
I mean, Lifestealer has a built-in BKB, so you kind of automatically say him.
Oh yeah, he's much more. Yeah.
Because he doesn't get affected by the Wraith King Radiance, right?
That's very true.
I was thinking Bat Blink, but he's 900 gold away from it, and Doom is also buying Blink, so that's kind of an equal Radiance canceling Blink situation between the two teams. But I guess the additional Earthshaker Blink means it's another tally mark in the Lifestealer Radiance box. His is more important overall, I think. So I'm going to get off the fence and say that VT Faded getting this Radiance now is prime time for the Dire team to maybe even 5-man maneuver. They're going to smoke us 4 from mid. Lions drawn through that Radiant jungle looking for Gabby.
I agree. I think that I totally think the Lifestealer Radiance is much better here, and it also suits your evasion build, which is the build in Lifestealer, right? Can't hit me. He's gonna go for Sanjay Yasha for now, seems like, but that could easily turn into Heaven's Halberd if he feels so. Let's see. Gabby's the target. Okay. Gonna be a problem for Gabby. He does have Reincarnation, though. Can they come into his aid in time? No, they don't save him. They don't save him. Reincarnation's been wasted, and this guy wants to keep on fighting until Lasso actually finds the Lina. Lina brought back behind the enemy lines, but she does get the level of Luna's Blade. Now Yulsa intervening some of the damage. They're actually doing a lot of damage to Gabby before Lina dies, but nothing to say. We'll have nothing to say in the graveyard.
And now the drums, the chase is on. Winter, nowhere to run.
Ooh, Armel gets the final kill in this team fight, making it 3-0. TNC only lost their Reincarnation there.
And that's why you don't want to be using, any spells really on this Gabby Wraith King. You don't want to be popping the Wraith King as the first hero you find, because Reincarnation, it is a pseudo team fight reset. It isn't a Naga song, it isn't a Black Hole or a Ravage, but it buys time for the rest of your team to reset, rally around that one point on the map. The Ankh in the floor, the tombstone of Gabby. And they do it beautifully. I'm not sure about that flag.
I love... How do they get these flags? Like, my flag is just the hero flag, right?
You get to a certain level and it turns into your profile picture.
What a wonderful... I know they do this on purpose. Oh. Anyway, with that team fight, TNC manages to... We were talking about Radiance on Lifestealer being a bit more impactful, but if you get a team fight like that, that's wonderful. The Batter has been super impactful, and now Cuckoo's getting his Blink Dagger. Talking about the Tim's Blink Dagger reveal, let's see the Batter Blink Dagger reveal, how effective that can be. With the Trial Boots and the drums, it's super difficult to catch him, and you have nothing to actually cancel that Bat Rider Lasso. We were talking about this in the last pick, they picked him dying. That's not going to help you. Doom, no. They have the Light Strike Array if you're a god and you can actually predict that properly. Yulsifter, obviously, but that's it.
And we see some of the struggles that Lina will be facing, right? Being dragged back, she's still incredibly squishy, doesn't have any real defensive tools outside of the self-Yules, which isn't particularly reliable when you still have...
Yeah, we saw it in that team fight, right? It was okay, but it just delays the inevitable.
Yeah, exactly. But she put herself in a good position, so she does have a couple of deaths in the tank that she can expend, get out jail free cards, whatever you want to call them. It doesn't matter as much as maybe it could have, because her item progression has been so damn good, and swiftly moving in towards that Aghanim Scepter, looking pretty hot on this Lina still. Also, the fact that she's created so much space for the Lifestealer. He's got his Yasha done now. I honestly feel like he should be fighting more. They hit that Radiance timing pretty nicely, but they haven't grouped up as 5 yet. It looks like they will now. Doom has no blink until... Oh yeah, he's got 60 gold until blink. Oh, this timing is ever so slightly off. If Velo gets this blink dagger delivered in time to utilize this smoke, it could be perfect.
Oh, sorry.
Where are they smoking to? TNC hold ramps, hold high grounds.
Yeah, they're waiting for that blink dagger. Look at that.
They have to wait for it, I think.
And I mean, you're going
And they've
for
got Wall Stomp.
right?
This is literally perfect. They have
Yep.
Blink Wall Stomp on Velo now.
You can just walk in and use that radius for a bit as Life Stealer comes out. He has... They just need to find someone. Unfortunately, the dewarding, or I guess fortunately for TNC, the dewarding and their safe lane has been on point. Look at all these sentries. You are not warding this place whatsoever. They are keeping that vision to themselves, and that's probably what saved them for the smoke gank, right? The lack of vision right now on Mysg+Au is clear.
Yep.
And they can't really do much against it. Like, if they're willing to, if the Oracle is willing to remain poor and just waste all his gold on sentries, then, you know, so be it. He has his urn. He's 6 slotted as far as an Oracle is concerned.
But where are his obs and sentries?
Yeah, it's true, it's true. He needs those.
I saw Tim's placing one earlier. That's not allowed. Tim's is meant to buy items, not observers. Oh, is this an Invis? Yeah, Invis Doom.
With the Life Stealer still inside him.
Is that the original Infest?
Yeah, it was the original Infest.
Well, that's a yikes, actually.
Yeah, you wasted a lot of time on this Life Stealer, but maybe this could still turn into a gank. Velo goes in. Oh, he misses. That's stun.
Giga yikes.
But you did force the BKB on the Razor. Silver lining. Still
Not
yikes.
good. Yeah, they lose the tower as well. And TNC get the full retreat. So all of that time really literally wasted by the Dire side. They don't get pressure on the bottom lane, they don't get pressure on the mid lane, and they don't get kills on the top lane. They get literally nothing. As Lifestealer spent a solid 2 minutes inside of the Doom.
This is why the Lifestealer bomb is not so common anymore. Because this is one of the issues with it. If you don't manage to take advantage of it immediately, it's just not that useful. And Wraith King in the meantime managed to surpass the Lifestealer in farm by a considerable amount. Now 1400 difference.
And Razor keeping tabs.
The lasso? Oh, it's only an undying. It's really not that big a deal, but they want to go for more. Gabby on the Grimstroke, this could be a bit more important. They take out the skeletons for now, and they come back in.
This is Roche.
This is a Roche. You took the 2 supports out, and there's not much team fight in Mysg+Au left. Okay.
No contest. No way in. I mean, Aghanim Scepter is now here for the Lina, but again, going back to the draft, whenever you pick Grimstroke, Doom, and Lina, you really do predicate the entirety of your team fight and your pickoff on that multi-Soulbind, multi-Doom.
I mean, she has Ag, so that multi-Laguna is going to be something else to witness. She also has a Life Striker 8 damage, so that's actually pretty big. Adds a lot of damage to that combo now with a Dragon Slave Laguna Blade, and of course the Aghanim is making it pure damage. Ideally, once you get to level 20, you got all you really need as a Lina. And there's another Infest coming. This time it should be successful because they do know where the enemy team is to some degree, but they have to not miss that War Stomp. Well, oh, no? Okay. This is why you don't load a high ground smoke, because everything dancing revealed you. And again, are you really going to waste this time on the Lifestealer a second time?
Oh, Winter. Oh, Winter wants to deward the obs, but Gabby says no. No.
Protecting that vision. TNC has been doing a really good job, though, of playing the vision game. They have been protecting their vision quite heavily. They've been always fighting around the wards if possible. And letting Gabby be the main core in the game. We're almost playing a 4-protect-1 with Gabby. Letting Razor be much more of a bit of utility here. Though I do like that Armel's not going with the Yule's build. He's going for full damage. Sanjay and Yasha BKB. You need that against Life. You can't rely just on the Wraith King crits.
TNC playing very tight, playing small map, not split pushing, not shoving out waves, making sure they kind of just platform off of this shrine, push out the mid and the top lane, allowing bottom to potentially reach the tier 2. Batrider will go and remedy that. No problem whatsoever. So this now is the time to strike. The Dire have set up bottom lane to push into tier 2. The Doom can TP to either of the Dire shrines, but I really need to see this Dire team push mid-wave immediately and snap smoke towards the Northern Radiant Shrine as quickly as possible. As soon as they see that Batrider showing and Firefly down, they need to make a move, but they're being too slow. They're moving bottom, which I think is a mistake here. Bat is never going to show himself long enough to be picked off.
They're calming. They're playing up this.
They just want to take the tower.
Yeah, they want to take the tower, but well, TNC want to contest this. They could come from behind if they want to, if they see too many heroes here. For now, it's only Velo revealing himself. TNC has no vision in this area, and it is Mysg+Au who has this super important ward. Do you see any rotations? Maybe it's just the Roshan pick. Gabi is pinging it.
This is the thing. You come down bottom,
I love how the skeletons are confused. Like, oh, should we go here? Okay.
You remove yourself from the Roche pit. You take a tier 2, yes, but you were too scared to commit for it. I think Mysg+Au here just way too tentative with committing to objectives. Either you commit for the tier 2 bot, or you commit for a smoke towards the Roche pit, or you commit for a gank near the shrine. Roshan still hasn't died in time. The tombstone's dropped, and Winter's in. But Gabi's the focus here in a drag back. They've got the Doom, the Soul Blade onto 2, but the Laguna Blade brings them low with a double Doom there as well. It looks good. Razor gets his BKB off, but what damage can he do against this Lifestealer who chases him down and hunts him out? Gabi looking for the Lina now, but a quick Ink Swell will buy him time. And a great continuation of this fight by the Dire side. The trouble is they are playing into a Blink Echo still on Tim's, holding, waiting and biding his time as the first life of the Wraith King will be forfeited. A decent trade for the Dire team. Roshan's still up and running, wondering why all these kids are playing on his lawn.
And that was the initiation you were talking about earlier, right? You don't get the double Doom, which, but you do get the double Laguna Blade, which is all you needed, really, as we can see by the Aghanims being super strong. And now we get the third level Laguna Blade very close to getting that 850 pure damage. So in total, you have, what, 1700 damage in just one ability, right? With a relatively low cooldown. The Infestor actually stopped the initiation, so maybe Battery will think twice again from trying to last with the Doom. It's a good target, but you never know if Lifestealer's inside of him.
Yeah, I think you have to catch the Grim. Like, Grim or Lina. Like,
yeah,
Lina,
Grim or Lina.
Lina is probably ideal target because...
Yeah, it's very difficult, though.
Because if you go for the Grim, Lina can Yule's up, right?
It's true.
Is Gabi not going to finish the ward?
I don't know.
Yes,
yeah, you will. Yeah. The skeletons are guarding him. The Tombstone's actually a great way to deal with the skeletons, but unfortunately, usually as I'm dying, before you used to just get level 15 and stop farming and no experience, but since Winter understands that he's never going to get to that level 20, which is his next relevant level, he's just like giving up. This is his game. He's literally level 9 forever. Look, his difference between him and the Oracle is 3 whole levels.
Yeah, yes.
But how do you get levels of Undying if you are, you know, not honoring your name and dying all the time?
This is why you don't pick Undying, you pick Abaddon.
Exactly. Abaddon was actually available as well, wasn't
it?
Yeah. Cuckoo?
Oh, was it last ban?
No, I think it was last ban. You're right. It was the last ban. Because they were thinking the same as us.
Yeah.
The Roshan will fall to the Wraith King. And they go, though, with a Lifestealer bomb. They try to kill Tim's first. The False Promise saving his life. And from behind, the Wraith King tries to attack the Lina. And the Echo Slam keeps her in place. Tim's still fighting thanks to the False Promise. Able to activate the BKB. He will pop, but who cares? He got the Lina with an Echo Slam. Armel finishing off the loot Doom. And, of course, Undying dying there as well. With Gabi taking him down. That is working wonders for TNC. What a play there by Tims. Again, a playmaker for this team. Very important False Promise.
You don't get your perfect combo off as the Dire team, and you lose the team fight. Lifestealer, sure enough, is alive at the end of it, but he cannot stand his ground against Razor and the Wraith King, who absolutely are insufferable to deal with as that melee core. Nyx, who absolutely hates dealing with a Razor, who now holds an Aegis of the Immortal as well. So TNC will take the majority of this map as their own. Oh, if they catch... they know Rage is down. But Batrider has been spotted. There are 2 observer wards here, 1 Radiant, 1 Dire. So Lifestealer knows, the Batrider knows.
Nah, it's a bit of a tall order.
I mean, if they catch Lifestealer there, that is real good for TNC. That's true.
So he couldn't force that himself and grab it. Yeah. He had to use force that to cancel Linken's. Okay. That Linken's pickup is really good by the Lifestealer, by the way. Like, yes, there's a lot of ways to cancel it, mainly Purifying Flames being super easy. But
Lina just uses the bat to steal a bounty rune.
I mean, it seems worth it. You're going for Linken's and Lina as well. Linken's is the way to go here. Unfortunately, there's a lot of ways to cancel on TNC, so it's not a be-all, end-all item. You have to go for your main core and then finally go for that Linken's. I like the idea of the Blink as well on Lina, because Blink does get the cast range talent and the cast range from the Ether Lens, right? So it's Blink forever. You can blink anywhere in the map.
Basically teleportation.
Why buy TP? You can buy Blink, Ether Lens, and cast range. Just better. Velo? Nice Glimmer Cape there. Ooh, Pulson just styled all over Gabi. And Velo's forced to BKB TP, but Lasso will cancel it. Oh, that hurts so much. Your 10-second BKB wasted. Oh, maybe not. I mean, it was still wasted. And it will be completely wasted because your life will go. Same as your chances of using that 10-second BKB effectively.
A little bit spooky there.
That's really bad, actually.
They didn't get a right click in while dragging the lasso. Doom towards the Razor. Still, nice play by Tims, being able to blink over and fish a block.
Yeah.
The Doom out. Dead for a solid 40 seconds. This is where TNC stamp their mark on the map. Bottom tier 2 in their sights. Should be able to clear out midwave as well. Yeah, Razor really setting up the kind of pincer movement towards the high ground. How long do they have Aegis for? 2 minutes? 2 minutes left on this Aegis for Razor. So high ground is a possibility here with level 3 reincarnation. BKB Wraith King, 8 seconds duration, 8 on the Razor. Skeletons are coming. Where's the Grimstroke? Stroke the creeps, buddy. Stroke him good. You didn't hit the actual creep wave, you only got the skellies, and they respawn. The real Undyings.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, yeah, I mean, the skeletons, I think, in team fights have lasted longer than Winter, so I don't think that's wrong to say.
Oh dear.
I mean, Winter has just been a punching bag, but now he's not even a good punching bag. Like, that's the punching bag that you find, you know, like Rocky, the one that's been punched for ages, and you can't buy a new one, and you kind of love it because your dad gave it to you and he died in the army.
Bat Rider in trouble.
Oh, that's really bad. Unless he can force death. Wow, the forced and haste saves him completely there. Unless, can they actually get a counter kill here? They see a TP, they can't cancel it. No, instantly fine.
I was wondering the same, but it looks like Winter gets out, Velo sprints away. And now TNC, yeah, they go back to their nice little podium, the platform, the launch pad.
Look at Armel as well now with
the Bat Cave, whatever you want to call it. This is where they've got all these nice
the Bat Cave put up, right?
Yeah, the bat.
The plateau. It's just, yeah, it's just this
penthouse.
This is Scotland in a.
The Bat Hill. To the Bat Hill, Robin.
Bat Hill. I like it.
To the Bat Hill.
It's unfortunate though that it's not Mysg+Au that gets the Bat Hill.
Yeah, real sad.
I was going to talk about the Razor because he's getting a Shivas as his next item, and I'm really liking that build. The kind of half utility, half damage Razor can still hurt the Lifestealer, but now with the Shivas has a bit more control, and obviously the extra armor is fantastic against Lifestealer in general. So, TNC, they know what they're doing. And
I really want Mysg+Au to come and play off of this ramp. Like the four most important places, like outside of, you know, like Fountain, Roshan, and High Ground, I guess, are these plateaus, right? The shrine areas where you can play off ramps. But more importantly,
yeah, but this is much more of an important plateau.
Yeah,
this one is
this one and the Radiant side. This one here are the super important ones. Because
yeah, this one.
Because you can play into the double lanes. But if your Dire team and your opponents are on this shrine plateau with the double lane push potential, you kind of need to come out of your base and play from here. Because if you play from your base, you can't catch anyone. You can't make kills. You're just stuck in a rut, shoving waves, waiting for your opponents to either commit or get the hell out.
Yep.
Whereas if you come out of your base and you smoke towards this plateau on the left-hand side, you can actually make picks. You can make plays off the back of it.
Yep.
So I kind of want to see them smoke right now and just go and make a play.
Sometimes you need to propose, right, even when you're behind, but it's so difficult to make the decision.
TNC have preempted it.
Oh, okay, TNC now, it's Ghost Slime catching the Doom and a Lifestealer, but unfortunately there's no follow-up, and they both activate BKB in time. Which means Tims is gone, and that initiation was for naught, but they do destroy the Tombstone in the process.
Lifestealer's stranded. Now, absolutely stranded.
His team left him behind, and without help, Lifestealer will die alone. 90 seconds without him. He does not have buyback. 1,000 gold away. This could mean at least one lane of racks.
This is what separates like the excellent teams from the decent teams. The Dire team knew what they needed to do, but they did it 20 seconds late.
Yep.
So the entire process that I was explaining previously, TNC knew that was coming. They smoked and they preempted it. They got into a position where they cut them off to stop them getting to that plateau. Stop them getting to that ramp, which they can hold and make picks and plays from. If Mysg+Au had done that move maybe 30 seconds earlier, they get there before TNC, they hold the ramps, and they get the initiation, they get the vision from the high ground, and they see the Filipinos coming. Unfortunately for them, TNC one step ahead. The Grandmasters now ready to push high ground.
It was difficult to make that play when you're playing from behind. Like, there's that added pressure, right? It's not just that Mysg+Au.
But sometimes you just have to do the do. You've got to make the move.
That's maybe a bit risky. They are managed to defend somewhat. They have a Grimstroke and a Lina, so their lane clear is pretty nice. However, the pushing is also quite nice by the Wraith King and Razor. Now Razor with a Satanic, by the way, did not go for that Shivas. Instead, more status resistance. It's really hard to stun him out now. We see a Bad Rider that was trying to catch a surprise kill. It's a double Doom, but Laguna Blade. They killed the Wraith King the first time. They need to kill him a second one, and Gabby's fine. He still has the BKB anyway. As Mysg+Au is forced to retreat, they already lost melee racks, so they got nothing out of that, but it was only melee racks while your lifestealer was dead for 90 seconds. Could have been worse.
Could have been worse. Sure.
Okay, I'm just playing the silver lining perk here, right?
Devil's advocate. I respect you for that. It's usually my job, but I get to be negative Nancy today.
You love that roll, though.
Oh, I love
You are
it.
relishing
It's so
it.
good.
Dire's bottom shrine has fallen.
Lifestealer goes to level 25. That's 2 more seconds of rage, which is actually massive for these team fights as well.
They've got a Wraith King illusion as well for that Radiance burn, so they're going to have multi-lanes shoving in, and this should be able to secure them the entirety of the map. As
Interesting.
Roshan is respawning in... how long? I can't see because my thing's in German. Is it now? Is it immediate?
now.
It is literally 5-second respawn time. Holy shit.
Yeah, that was really quick. So now they can definitely, and they're taking the Roshan Shrine first. This is what a good team does, by the way. Take the Roshan Shrine before taking Roshan. A lot of teams forget about how useful this is.
The thing is, though, when you have Wraith King illusions, you don't really think about going back to Scout Roshan. You're very much thinking about pushing lanes, shoving
Exactly.
waves.
Yeah.
He sends the illusions bottom to deal with that lifestealer push. Really nicely done. And then they can play off of this plateau like we were talking. They can make that move top and mid with the vision they've got. Looks like Wraith King will finally go and scout out Roche. Second one of the game with Aegis and Cheese. And this is the back-breaking moment for the Dire team. Either they move now and contest Roshan, stop it from happening and fight in the pit, or they lose the game.
Yep. And it is pretty big for TNC as well. This Roshan wall should allow the Wraith King to reach level 25. That's the Wraith Fire Blast. Meaning now it's not only, not great to kill the Wraith King, but it's actually advised not to. Ideally. So difficult. And now you'll take the Roshan down and even get him. I mean, who's going to take the Aegis? You're not going to get the Wraith King, right? No. It's Razor. That's Wraith Fire Blast already, or Reincarnation, which casts Wraith Fire Blast now.
Razor is so damn tanky. You look at this.
I mean, that's
Satanic, Aegis, BKB, 3,000 health.
Also, you also have the BKE plus status resistance, right? From the Sanjayasha and Satanic. All the status resist items except for, obviously, the Aeon Disc. So, Razor is super hard to stun lock as well. It's just fantastic. The only bad side about this is that Doom deals more damage to you because of that weird bug, like in the shorter time. But that's not really your concern. We have an Ags on Doom, interestingly enough, trying to take the crit off Wraith King. This means that Doom now on Wraith King is actually quite relevant. You can Doom him, and you can take away a large percentage of his damage. I can't imagine why else he would grab Ags. I guess you also want to push out people in the team fights. Let's see if this works out for them.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
We have to push out these lanes. For now, the Skellies are coming in first. And they grab an Undying. Okay, Winter's used to dying, though. He's comfier when he's not playing.
But that's a lane of barracks now. No
He can now play
tombstone,
coach.
dead for 30 seconds. He has no buyback. So the rest of
Okay.
his team kind of has to commit to defend their buildings, and they're doing a good chunk of damage.
Yeah, Gabby almost dies alone to the lifesteal. That would be the ideal situation,
Backstab
right?
smoke is coming. Polosin and Velo, they are making that swing around behind, but TNC have smoked. Darov Sword up on the high ground.
Oh, they
Quickly
find the
break the
path?
smoke. Oh, he doesn't know, but...
Has fallen.
He knows because he broke the bat smoke, so they must know there was one there. Tims actually gets the initiation, but only on Poloson, and they missed that Soulbind, doing absolutely nothing with it. Only hitting Tims. Tims absolutely stopped this initiation, but now the team fights become a bit chaotic. Both Doom and Poloson come back.
TP home.
They TP home in the face of danger. Just teleport.
And that's Tim's Echo Slam down. That's honestly a sick play. Yes, they expect
Yeah.
Soulbind, but they keep Doom, they keep Laguna Blade.
And Soulbind's pretty low cooldown compared to the Echo Slam.
It is. That is some
That worked out for them.
comedic stuff right there.
Alright, the Lincoln's working. That is double Lincoln, this Lifestealer. Lena getting her own Lincolns. Acknowledging this Lifestealer just cannot be taken away without potential lasso. And they're stopping the Wraith King as much as they can, but he's pretty much invulnerable. Open wounds again. Oh, that force doesn't work too much. And the Inkswell annoys him, but his teammates helping out. There's a stomp from the Doom, and Razor's a much better target. But it's just so hard to keep him stunned. Look at that status resist go. No more 1.5 second bash for you, or 2 second bash for you.
I was like, LSA hits, and then I saw the Razor walking, and I thought, did LSA miss? And it's just, no, he just doesn't get stunned for long at all. He even got bashed, and it lasted like 0.1 seconds.
It is, it's stupid.
Funny stuff.
It's what, one? I was right, it was 1.5 second bash, so that... How much status does he have?
Like 26%?
41%.
41? Oh yeah,
Jesus Christ.
you get 25 from Satanic, don't you?
So that's almost having every single stun. So LSA, what? It's around 1.2 seconds. Basher is actually 0.5 to 0.75. We're playing Heroes of the Storm now. It's no longer Dota. This Razor
I don't understand that reference.
Jesus.
Heroes of the what?
Man. I I don't know. I never played that game. I just know that the stunts didn't last long. So.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you keep
I
telling
swear,
that.
I'm a Dota player. Wraith King stuck. There's LSA. And he doesn't have the status resist, so they can actually perma-stun him with some lucky bashes and some good chain stunning. They've been doing a really good job of using the LSA being really their only stun.
Oh, VT faded. The skeletons, they baited him. He wanted to minus the catapult, but the catapult's still going.
And the skeletons are as well. And they catch the Razor again. This time they keep him for some time. The damage is pretty good, but Armel just keeps on shrugging off those stuns. If he didn't have both the Satanic and the Sanjay Yasha, he'd be dead by then.
This is a lot of commitment for a second lane of barracks that is
Tombstone's been used there.
mega creeps. They still have
Oh, Soulbind. There's double Hex. Pretty nice. Double Doom as well. Double Laguna Blade. That's a perfect combo. Kill the Wraith King first, but that's not the first target you want to kill. Wraithfire Blast Off's initiation, and now they catch the Doom. He's already wasted his Doom, though. The Echo Slam from behind. Not bad. Now Life stun. They should be able to finish him off, but he managed to get away just barely on low HP with a Soul Rip healing. Give 100 HP. Who cares? Undying. Winter, stop trying to be useful. You're no longer in this game, man. It's okay.
That Axe Doom, look at it. It's still going on the Razor, by the way.
Is he? No.
He's
He
fine,
was
he's
so
fine,
close
he's
to.
fine.
Oh, yes, it
It's
can.
Satanic to come back up as well.
I mean,
Yeah,
he's going to lose his Aegis anyway soon.
The thing is that you soulbind the two cores, Wraith King and Razor. Sure, you get the Laguna Blade Doom onto both of them as well.
Yeah.
But Gabby doesn't care. He has that second life and BKB to come back up when he respawns, whereas Armel has the False Promise behind him. So if you don't get the Oracle, you are not killing people with that combination.
Yep.
You need to catch the Oracle +1. Like we've been saying, like Razor plus Oracle are the ideal heroes to catch, if not the Earthshaker to stop his Blink Echo from coming through.
But TNC is not going to let that happen again. Like, it happened a bit in the early game, and Soulbind is, the second target is random, right? You can only decide the first one, so you have to be really careful with, it's the closest target. It's not, like, completely random, but it really depends on the movement of the enemy heroes, not yours. Very similar to Winter's Curse, it's all about positioning for TNC. They're just going to frontline with Wraith King and keep doing this. But they've been doing a really good job protecting these melee racks. Even with the skeletons, look at them. They just destroy the skellies.
Aegis does get reclaimed. Cheap now in the hands of Armel. But they know that Doom is down for a solid minute. So this is where they really do find their time to shine.
That lasso is super important. They sell him the Soul Rip. Faded to keep attacking this Razor. That Tombstone no longer relevant.
Good luck, have fun.
Yeah, this is difficult. They just lost their racks and they just can't do anything. They are unable to get those counter kills they're looking for. Even with the 2 seconds of rage, doesn't matter, man. Lina needs that 6-second Dragon Slave cooldown.
Yeah, they've lost 2 of their side lanes. They can now funnel in to defend the mid. The False Promise onto Razor, though, keeps him up and running. And they turn to battle. But VT Faded has the double Lincolns. One from the Lina, one for himself. So he does not get static linked or stunned, rages and walks away. But this game becomes incredibly difficult for the Dire to play from now.
Dire's middle
It
tower
does.
is under attack.
TNC, this is the hardest lane to take, right? Because you can't do the split pushing as much with the middle lane. And obviously you're going to defend this to the death. And Lina is really looking for that level 25. I joke around about a 6-second Dragon Slave cooldown, but is amazing at being able to deal with those skeletons and the creeps coming to your lane. So you
And you have no right-click damage, so...
And you don't care about it anyway, right?
Don't care about the other thing.
Attack range. I love it. It's just attack range, not even damage. Like, well, why would I want to attack from further away if I don't want to attack anyway?
I'm just looking at the German names for Lina's talents. My goodness.
I don't understand that they fit them, to be honest. In Spanish, some talents straight up don't fit and they just give up. And
Same with Polish. Did you see that, like, a year ago, like, there was a patch which literally broke the game in Polish because every single text field...
it was too long, yeah.
Yep.
Happens often, you know. English is actually quite a short language.
It is.
Every other language. I mean, then you have German, right?
And Thai is like one of the ones that blows my mind.
Is it very short?
No, it's super long, but yeah, it's an insanely difficult language to learn from what I've heard and experienced.
Sounds like a challenge.
Good luck.
I'm not gonna do it. It just sounds like a challenge. All right, Gabby's quite happy. Look at this constant dancing. It seems like a...
Cuckoo wants in. Who's he gonna grab?
Oh, that's a nice grab, actually, before the Lincoln comes up. Oh, wait, no, it's just an Undying. Take it back.
They got the double Doom.
They get the double Laguna Blade as well. This time on battery, much more useful.
And then what? Lifesteal Hunt.
Lifesteal wants to get the pad at least, but oh, he missed him. The night vision is actually playing against him here. Has the rage, tries to kill Tims, but Tims is playing with him. He's been guided to oblivion. His Lifestealer had 0 impact in the Doom.
4 fights happening here. Razor has been healed up by the Oracle, kept alive with a False Promise. And the Purifying Flames. Razor is going to
the Doom is going to be caught out.
Battle as Doom gets caught.
That's bad. 80 seconds, but he has buyback this time. Let's go back to buybacks. Actually, now when I look at buybacks, Life Stealer doesn't have buybacks, so VT Fate has to be very careful here. He goes for false promise and invisibility. Interesting.
Raise the Satanics up top. Yeah, I mean, the invis there, if someone gets doomed, you just invis them and they walk away, right? Make sure they don't get that doom refreshed over and over.
Yeah, I agree with it. I'm just saying. It's bringing back the old false promise. Gabby, the target. There's the Inferno play, trying to deal as much damage as possible. He does have a second life here. Gabby, false promise actually. Used it on him, so this might be the chance to actually kill some of the cores. But instead they catch Bello with a beautiful lasso, which stumps Bello and forces him into a dieback. Mysg+Au now in trouble, and TNC only steps away from getting to that Epicenter Major. Lifestealer man-fighting this Wraith King, but he's also man-fighting a whole team behind him. And Armel is showing him the power of lightning. Mysg+Au just cannot do anything, even with his double hex. Finally now, double open wounds as well. Laguna Blade completely heals Lina. She even has a
Laguna, but it does nothing.
That cheese and Armel saves it completely. And a look of Lifestealer forcing him to buy back. That's it.
Lifestealer has buyback, but they call GG. They say grats and
TNC gets to go to the Epicenter Major, Gareth.
directly through from the group stage.
They are our winners of the regional SEA qualifiers.
And 6-1.
6-1. What a score, TNC. Showcasing why they're still one of the top organizations in the region. Fnatic cannot take your place.